Hello there, everyone. Sorry for being a little late there. We were having an editorial discussion in the background. Very important stuff. We were discussing what should happen to Kyle for being late.
I don't think so. I was sitting here all along. You can't segue out of this one.
I can, and I will.
He'll try.
In fact, I'm going to segue out of this one by pointing out that Bogue sent a super chat before we even started, and I can't read it. It's clearly a typo on his part.
Wow, not reading supers. I can't believe this. It's over
Yeah,
for
not just Bogue. It's fine. He's special. He can be ignored a little bit.
His 20 fucking tacos have just been ignored.
They have been eaten, evaporated, and or otherwise destroyed for what they are.
This is cruel. And unusual.
I don't know if it's unusual, Kyle. I think it's actually quite normal. Now, today, we do have a few topics for everyone. Of course, we're going to be talking about a little bit about Halo TV show, which is not out yet. We're planning on doing some review stuff on that, because it's looking just about as awful as you might think, frankly. It's also been in recording for like 2 years now, and that in it of itself was apparently some kind of add-on to a previous program that had been running for a couple of years already, trying to make a Halo TV show. So it already sounds like a hot mess just in and of itself, but it is quite beautiful. We've got that today, and we've got J.K. Rowling, who went from the hero of the progressive leftist community to the absolute villain now, the Sauron of Harry Potter. And we are going to drag Kyle over the coals for being like, Hogwarts looks like a good game.
Actually, no, it still looks kind of cool.
Exactly, it's what I said. We're going to drag you for that opinion, because it's the wrong opinion.
I'm not going to retract my opinion.
I think you are.
Just like the new Lego Star Wars game actually fucking made me go like, wow. Like, I looked at the gameplay trailer and was like, holy shit, they're actually pushing the gameplay, like, loop forward. Like, I'm actually interested. What a weird turn of events. You don't get to dodge
this point, Kyle. You don't get to. Like, because I agree. I don't disagree. Lego Star Wars sounds like an idiotic thing, but I've played, like, one of them, and they were fine. They were fine kids' games. It's okay.
I like Lego
Star Wars. But I have yet
to
hear about one of them being associated with the enemy of transdom, Kyle. Are you an enemy of transdom, Kyle?
Listen, I don't even know what that's supposed to mean. Let alone what we're talking about.
That's fine. Neither does anyone else.
All I want to do is play video games. Is that so hard, I ask? He's like, yes.
Yeah.
It's like that scene from Sacrifice.
Unironically, yeah.
Where James is like, listen, must we fight or something like that? Haven't we all had enough wars? And everyone's like, no! Basically, Barch.
That's a Sacrifice reference right there. Yeah. That'll strike about 0.1% of any audience out there ever.
Listen, some people will get the joke, and those that do are in the know, are in the know.
Are in the know. They who are in the know are in the know, who are in the know who know what they are in the know to know.
See, what I said made sense, and then you had to go and ruin it. But it's okay, because the only thing you ruined was your stuff.
I don't know about that. But one of the things that's really funny here, we've got these two articles. Both of them are really, really bloody long, really, really meandering, and both of them read like something. It is genuinely difficult to understand why they are doing the thing they are doing here. Like, it's actually difficult to parse, because we live in a day and age where separating parody from reality is genuinely difficult. Like in this Halo article, for example, it starts by explaining that, okay, the lead actor has never played Halo, and he has no idea what any of this is, which is like, okay, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, he's a older guy, 43 years old, grew up without a television and shit. Fair. But then you get to the production people, the people who are actually writing this stuff, And they're too like, yeah, no, we have no idea what Halo is. Like, we were brought into a meeting room and they showed us like a conference table covered with books and source material. And we're like, wow, video games have lore? We were blown away.
I didn't know that people could write stories about a fictional setting. This is preposterous. Better just throw it all in the dumpster, right, and start from scratch.
Yep.
That's good shit.
If you scroll down a little bit, you're right beneath the picture of that Covenant dude.
That fucking elite.
Huh?
That art is. Ugh, what is that from? That's bad.
I don't know, but it looks awful.
That looks awful. What is that? Like, I know it's supposed to be an elite. It just looks terrible. Oh.
It does.
Is that supposed to
But
be the
I
arbiter?
love.
Fuck, it's bad. Go ahead.
They've got a quote there saying, I was nervous, he says. How do you take a first-person shooter and expand it? How do you take an action game, Kyle, and turn it into an action TV series? How could you possibly?
Oh my god. How did this guy even get a fucking job? How do you take a first-person shooter and expand it? What do you, like... He's like, how do I expand it into... Because the first-person shooter game is beneath the TV show, okay? It's quantifiable as a single line of text. Like, if you actually analyze Halo and all the stuff that's happening, is there a lot of dialogue in the first game? No, there isn't an insane amount of dialogue outside, like, battle chatter, when you actually pile it all on top of each other. But there's a cohesive storyline there. There's, the beginning, the Pillar of Autumn, the whole sequence where Master Chief has to get to Captain Keyes in the first section of the game to getting off the ship before it, crashes into the Halo ring. Then he's got to, get rescue Captain Keyes. Like, there's so many story elements that you could simply just add to. And if these assholes read the actual goddamn books, because they actually expand on all this stuff already... Like, there is plenty of ways to easily expand on it. You just simply, instead of skipping over certain sequences, like how Master Chief, what was Master Chief doing with all the Marines once he regrouped with them, they could actually take that moment to expand as the Marines are, like, planning with Cortana to be like, okay, we're going to do a rescue op to get Captain Keyes back. There's so much stuff that you can expand with. And the books do this kind of stuff. And so it's already been done. And when they put those fucking books on the table for these idiots, all they had to do was look at the reference material, and there's plenty of material to work with. Oh, it really actually drives me up the wall, the fact that you said that.
Putting all of that aside, right? Putting all of that aside, let's say that Halo has no fluff, no story whatsoever, right? It's just a green dude shooting aliens, right? Nothing more.
Yeah.
How do you take a first-person shooter and expand it? You mean an action movie? You mean you mean Commando? You mean James Bond? You mean any fucking action movie ever? Like, this
Total
isn't
Recall,
difficult.
Yeah. It's been done before. It's called, like, action-y schlock. Yes, the primary focus is the action in this case. And you know what? That's fine. Make really cool action sequences, interlace it with story and characters to make you care about the action sequences so there's actual stakes and value to them, and you've got yourself a killer action movie.
In fact, it's eminently desirable to have an action show that has action in it. It's so dumb. Like, for example, the Crank series of movies, right? Stupid action movies that are just crazy, stupid action from beginning to end, and they are fun as hell. And yet here sits a guy that is getting ready to make a TV show, to write the script for a TV show and going, I just don't understand how I can make all of this shooting interesting.
The shooting is very difficult. I don't know. Like, he just points the gun and the other guy falls over dead, I guess. Uncreative. Uncreative. There's so much cool stuff you can do. Remember the scene in Total Recall when the Arnold's being chased up the elevator and, like, they shoot those guys and they use one of the dead, like, bad guys as, like, a bullet shield and stuff? Like, there's so much cool stuff you can do with just a simple shooting scene with, like, guys getting shot and all sorts of stuff and action scenes. It's just insane that they're like, yeah, no, it's just like a guy point gun at other guy, he fall over dead. It's like, yeah, if you put it that way, it's pretty primitive.
It's movie school 101. Like, it's tutorial level shit. And that's where we start, right? And it gets worse too, because none of them have ever played the video game either. If you go down to the next picture there, they also talk about how what sets Halo apart from any other video game is that it has lore. Like, oh, god damn it.
That's false. Fuck. That's so fucking like Command and Conquer, Warcraft, Starcraft, the Diablo series. There are so many games that actually have lore. The fucking God of War games, like, fuck. And so many of these video games, what these people don't understand, because they look at the video game industry as like this small thing they consider inferior, is they don't understand how big the gaming industry is, and they also don't understand how much extended media is in these different licenses and franchises. It's insane. Comics, books, you know, like movies. Halo's already gotten a movie. Halo already has a TV show, an older one, that like a mini series. I didn't watch it. It's got a fucking anime even. Like, it's got books, it's got comics, it has all. It has arcade games, it's got everything you can imagine. It has an RTS spin-off even. Like, whoa, these people are dumb. They don't even bother to look this shit up.
They don't. And you gotta sit here and be like, are these people serious? Like, is this where we are today? It's like, I don't know how to make an action movie. Wait, video games have history? Oh! What the hell? Where did they find these people? Apparently they've worked before.
How do they not know this, though? Like Fallout, Icewind Dale, you know, Planescape Torment, like so many video games that... I struggle to think of a game that doesn't have lore. You know, Pong even has fucking lore, like in its manual, which describes what you're doing. It's like, oh, yes, you're a fucking tennis player or something. I don't remember what it said. Like, come on. Every game has a synopsis.
The worst part is that the heroes here were actually Microsoft. When Microsoft were trying to make a movie about this back in like the 2000s and stuff, they insisted that the movies, any TV shows, any adoption must follow the games. It had to be true to the canon of the universe. That's where we were 22 years ago. And now, of course, there's no such constraints. And so now they're going to make their own unique lore, you see. Because here's the problem, you know, Kyle. Master Chief, he could be anyone, as they say here in the article. Like, he could have been a 9-year-old girl. He could have been a 15-year-old boy from a different country. He could be anyone. And it's like, yeah, that's the point of a self-insert character. That's the entire point of Master Chief. And then they go, but we decided to not do that. And so instead, we're going to tell you Master Chief's story.
We're going to tell you who Master Chief is. See, in the lore, they do expand upon his background, but it's still one of those guys that, like, he was... I can't remember because it's been so long since I friggin' read the books. Like, it was back in middle school or high school. But he was basically like an orphan. They took him into the Spartan program, which is pretty fucked up because a lot of kids died or came out basically disabled. But like, what's strange about that is just like, oh fuck, like the video game. Yes, it's set up in such a way that when you look at the box, the cover art of the game, there's this cool masked hero character, and he doesn't talk too much. Cortana does all the talking, mostly for you, and that's because the idea is when you play these Halo video games, behind the video game adaptations at least, is that the player is the savior of mankind. You're the hero. You're the one turning the tide in battle. You're the one shifting the odds back in humanity's favor in a war that we've been losing, like, very badly. Like, you are our last hope. And that's the whole idea behind it.
That's
like
the idea.
Ooh.
And self-insert characters are not a rarity in any medium whatsoever. In fact, that is the point of a great deal of characters. They don't necessarily have all that much backstory. Like, take your average Arnold movie, right? Take like Predator, or take something like Demolition Man with Stallone, right? These characters don't have a whole lot of backstory. They don't have a family. You don't get to see them or anything. They are just a cool-ass, chunky-ass action hero that does cool things. And that is the point of that character. But we can't have that anymore. We can't. Now everything has to be something stupid. So instead of focusing on humanity's desperate fight for survival against an alien species that just wants to eradicate humanity, We need to have a look at the cost of turning a man into a killing machine. I don't care about the cost. Humanity's survival is at stake. I don't care if he's been taken as an orphan. In fact, that thing is a justification of what's happening. It's not the cost of it. It's not like, oh my god, just a child, and hundreds of them died. Yeah, but if not, billions would die. Humanity would be forfeit. This is an increasing of the stakes of the story. It should not be the focus of the story, not of Master Chief. A side story? Maybe. And, well, therein comes the rub as well, as I suspect this will be more of a side story than an actual high Halo TV show.
See, they've already expanded on that. Like they've already tackled this issue of Dr. Halsey, the one who led the program, basically, and the ethical question of like what she did was it wrong? And she's like, it did. And what she said was basically like, it doesn't matter, what you think what I did is wrong in retrospect, because if I didn't do what I did, like you'd all be dead.
Yeah, you wouldn't be here to pass judgment over me, so shut up.
Yeah, because we would have lost the war and we would be extinct.
Yeah, like, this is one of those 40k things too, which people don't understand, or not people. More correctly, those who don't actually care about the universe don't understand. They have to break everything down to the most banal. Like, they are locked into their moral dilemmas. Like, oh, but we can't do this. This is horrible. Yeah, in our modern day world, it would be goddamn horrible. Abducting a bunch of children from children's hospital orphanages and experimenting on them to turn them into super soldiers. Yeah, that'd be pretty shit. But if you're being invaded by an alien species who just wants to kill you, nah, that's pretty legit, actually.
When it comes to that's the whole that's what makes the story so tragic in a way. Is what they did horrible? Yeah, but the thing is, the stakes are so high at such a degree. It's to demonstrate the gravity of the situation. It's gotten so bad that this is the only recourse we have.
Mm-hmm. It adds to it. It helps build the world and expand upon it and give weight to the situation. And of course, the Halo TV show is going to deviate ever so slightly from the source material in that regard anyway, since it turns out the Covenant weren't actually all that hostile to humans at all.
Don't worry. They totally see, the problem is, like, when it comes to Halo's writing's been going downhill, much like a lot of IPs. Like, it's something that's worth talking about. Like, they've ruined the Forerunner lore. They've ruined so much. Like, they backtracked and backpedaled on a lot of things. But that boils down to the fact that the team got split, and ever since then, they've been kind of directionless. And so they don't really know where to take the story. That's why it's all over the place with the last couple of games. Oh, man. But this is definitely not going to help. All this is going to do is just going to make a throwaway TV show that isn't even canon, that's not trying to fix any of the bad writing that we've had in the game series already, or undo any of the bad stuff and try to rectify it and set it back on the right path. It's just a weird fanfic spin-off that has nothing to do with the game, nothing to do with actually Halo, that wears its skin like some sort of weird, freak monster. And it uses the name Halo to sell a different story. This is a common thing we see a lot of these writers do, that want to write their self-masturbatory story about what their little fucking MC or OCs would do, and they're gonna probably outdo Chief. Chief's gonna be put in a situation where he can't shave himself, and then the OC character will come along and be like, "Don't worry, Chief, I'll save the day." Random farmer Joe here to be better than everyone else set up in this universe. Don't worry about it.
Introduce a little bit of really interesting things here, because the action part, Kyle, like, I just don't understand how you could expand upon a first-person shooter into something interesting. We got to have something a bit more.
I don't know.
A bit more good.
Not like there's piles of books on the Halo universe, which. Expand upon. It's just a shooter. Like, one of the cool things about Halo is like how they handle space combat. They actually do it in a pretty cool way, and like how human ships are, like they're just giant Mac cannons, and if they get like a couple shots off, and then they're kind of like, well, we're fucked now. If the enemy ships get too close. Like, it's actually pretty cool, and the whole differential between our ships and the enemy ships, because they actually have shielding technology, whereas we kind of just have armor plating. So we kind of have to like, oh well, we're outclassed, but I guess we're gonna do what we gotta do.
Gotta do it. There's simply no choice. And of course, all of this can be explained by one simple quote at the beginning of the article from Tanya Giles, the chief programming officer at the streaming service. Who simply says that the Halo TV show is, quote, "This is a swing for a broader audience," end quote.
No, it shouldn't be for a broader audience. You know what this should be for? People who like Halo.
No, Kyle. No. No, you bigot.
This should be for the
Halo
fans.
Halo is for everyone now.
Like, I like the old Sonic video games, but I'm not super into Sonic. But how come the Sonic guys, how come they get to have, like, people make stuff for them? How come I don't get to have people make stuff for me? Like, the Sonic fandom gets fucking... they get a TV show that's faithful to the friggin' thing. They get 2 movies that are faithful to the video games. The cover art of the new Sonic movie is a complete reference and love letter to the Sonic 2 box for the Sega Genesis, which I have behind me. And how come, like, Halo, we get this shitty show? Like, what is this? I don't want it for the broader audience. I don't care about them. How about make Halo for Halo? Same for Star Wars. Fuck's sake. Don't make Star Wars for the broader audience. Make it for Star Wars fans. It's always been for them.
The thing is, the people who are making Sonic, they're making Sonic for Sonic fans, to be watched by people who like Sonic. And they were given tremendous economic success due to that. Because that is their only objective. Like, they are oh god, man. Back in the day, back in the good old days of the early 2000s and late 1990s, etc., corporations viewed us as walking pocketbooks, completely inhumane. They didn't view us as people, they didn't view us as humans or identities or anything. We were just deposits of cash who occasionally made approving or disapproving noises that had to be paid a bit attention to if you wanted the cash. And by God, do I miss that relationship.
Yeah, see that?
Because back then, if we grumbled at them, they went, "Oh shit, but we want your money though. Here, have a thing."
See, the thing is, we still get companies that do care. Like, the Sonic movie is a testament to that. Like, they listened to the fans about the god-awful fucking thing that was the other thing. I don't even know what the hell to call that. The monstrosity, you know. Whatever Sonic character was. They redid the character. They redid the whole fucking CG stuff. Now they redid the second one. They listened to fans. They're making what they want for them. Like, we just need companies to make. Oh god, it hurts me. Like, Halo is for Halo in the same way that Elden Ring is for Elden Ring or Dark Souls people. I think Elden Ring is more so for Dark Souls people because FromSoft, it's the same. It's relatively the same formula. It's for them. It belongs to them. Just like Command & Conquer belonged to Command & Conquer fans, and then they gave us fucking Tiberium Twilight Sparkles. In the same vein that Dawn of War belonged to Dawn of War fans, and then they gave us fucking that MOBA piece of shit. Like, make games for the fandoms you have. There is no such thing as the broader audience. Because the thing is, not everybody likes fucking butter. Not everybody likes, cream cheese. So you can't make like this pie or cake or whatever they're trying to make, and everyone's gonna like it. All you're gonna do is make everyone go like, it was okay. Like, that's gonna be the best you get.
And it is because, again, they are trying to appeal to us. Like, that's the difference. Once more, Sonic wanted an audience. They wanted the Sonic audience. They wanted people to like it. They wanted people to watch it. They wanted people to enjoy it. In the case of this isn't them making a Halo TV show for Halo fans. This is them taking the Halo name and going, right, well, we're going to slap this on our product and it's going to sell because it's an enormous franchise. And indeed, that's the lead-in. At no point in this article do they talk about how they really enjoyed Halo or how they liked the lore or any aspect of it in particular. The closest they get is being like, yes, it was pretty cool to see that there was like things so that I could like cheat and be like, hey, what does a soldier look like? And people would tell me. That's the closest they get. And it starts simply by saying, well, it grossed like $6 billion in sales since it launched, and that's why we want it. There's not a single word of praise for Halo in this entire article.
Yeah.
That is the hilarious of it. Again, it is just a sales thing for them. It is not a product they want to make. It is a thing they now want to own so that they can put their own spin on it, their own stories. Like they said as well in the article, we never felt limited by the games because we never played the games.
We don't care. Yeah, you know what bothers me is there's actually a lot of fan-made films that are actually pretty good quality for both Halo or things like Half-Life, especially Half-Life, or even Warhammer 40K with those fan animations. Those are the people who care about these franchises. Those are the people that care about these IPs, these universes, these characters, and they're passionate about it. They put their heart and soul into it, and it shows. What they make, even if it doesn't have the budget as, this show, will always be better than this show. Because what they have has actual soul. It has a heart to it. Because the people that made it cared. They put attention to detail. They were passionate about it. This show just looks dry and corporate and boring. Like, it doesn't care. The people that made it don't care. The writers don't care. Like, it's not even Halo. They don't even care about Halo. They just want to make their money and move on to the next gig.
Pretty much. It is the dum-dum. And I hate it. And yet, see, that's the thing. There are people who like this. So, before we started ArchCast today, we got sent a link to a YouTube video, which we gotta have a look at this because I want people who's watching's opinion on this because I genuinely can't parse whether it's a fantastic deep troll or if it's something completely different. So, internet comment etiquette. Like, Carl's got a video here.
I'll bring it up. You can still see it, right?
I don't know this guy. So this was the first video I was watching, and it was really fascinating to me. Like, this is really interesting. From what I can tell, he is kind of trying to parody the quote-unquote right-wing position on things. In this case, the Lord of the Rings and the woke Lord of the Rings. He starts out by yelling at Jeremy a great deal, the quartering, my good friend Jeremy. And then he moves on to me. Because, here's the thing. I might be small, but everyone's heard of Arch.
It's true. Do you want me to hit the play button?
Your stream thing stopped, Kyle.
Oh no! Oh no! I didn't know.
Why did you do this?
Disaster! It happened when I moved it to a different window. God damn it! It was supposed to just stay the same, but I guess Discord didn't like that. But look at them! Look at him! See, he's got a little cheeseburger right there. It looks like a little cheeseburger.
Can chat hear you when you play it too?
Yeah, they'll be able to hear anything my desktop plays, as if it was my own stream.
Okay. So this guy's a big boy, right? And he apparently makes a lot of these videos.
Yeah, million subs, right?
Yeah, he's a big...
Look, he's got the golden fucking whatchamadoozy. I forget what those are called.
Whatchamadoozy. And that's I like the painting in the background there. I guess that's him in the little yellow top with the blue. Like, I kind of want one of those.
It's fan
That's
art.
actually kind of smashing.
I can't really make it out, though. But yeah, it looks like... Oh no, he's not wearing any undies.
That's part of the beauty of it, though.
You're strange, man. You're strange.
No. I'd have one of those, and I'd just have it be massive in my living room in this really overwrought frame, and I'd just be like, yep.
Listen, okay, there's something he did that's intentional. Okay, look at him. Look at all there's like 2 McDonald's bags. Either he's got some friends over, or he's intentionally just putting wrappers everywhere to make it look like he's messy. Like, it feels fake. That doesn't feel real.
I think that's part of the parody.
Like, he's just got a lot of cheeseburgers. Like damn.
A McDonald's cheeseburger, too. Like, ugh. That's just disgusting.
I mean, if you're traveling, like, I'll eat one, but, like... It's a meme. It must be a gag. I don't know. It just feels weird.
Okay, let's play a bit here, right?
Okay. Press play button. I'm scared, though. I don't want to listen to it.
No, Gadondril? Oh, fuck, I don't know her name at all, but that's why we gotta turn to an expert. Well, an expert who can complain about wokeness. Woke Amazon Lord of the Rings gives us black, brown, Asian, and Maori hobbits. Yeah, I have every problem in the world with that. And play.
The next great big thing in fantasy television is already guaranteed to be more occupied with the race and ethnicity of its characters than actually, telling a good fantasy story. A story. Ah, yes, that distant tertiary concern to making sure that we have enough black, Asian, brown, and Maori hobbits.
You see, nobody talks like that unless they know they're right. Otherwise, you just sound like a fat...
We're called harefoots, not
Right.
hobbits. They're different.
You want to comment
By the way,
on that? Called you a fascist.
Yes, but
Bit strange.
God.
I didn't
That's
know you
just
were a
normal.
fascist, but apparently he knows. God,
To me,
I
that's
never,
That's just the normal. That's just the normal lefty.
I
rhetoric.
never had you pegged as a fascist. Let me guess, you're a white nationalist too now.
I've always have been
You
one of those.
fucking cunt. You were hiding that from me all along, didn't you? You cheeky git.
See, this is the point where I'm thinking that he's trying to do that whole Saturday night host thing, with the fake American news thing. Where it's like, I'm a meme, except I'm trying to make a point as well. It's like, nobody speaks English unless they're a fascist. Well, my buddy, I have very bad news for you, and it begins with Sig and ends with Heil.
Oh no. I don't know. This guy's just like, it just feels so derpy. Like the joke falls flat, but maybe it's just a lefty meme and I just don't get it because I lean right, so I don't understand these memes.
See, that's not even the funny part or the confusing part, though. That's him just, putting up the flag. Continue playing it for a bit.
Oh god, more of this crap on my computer.
You see, we're multicultural hobbits. We're a tribe, not a race.
Harfoots were one of the 3 breeds of hobbits, along with Stores and Fallowhides. Yeah, you know what? They don't actually look super white.
Right.
That doesn't.
Right there.
Back it
Am I
up.
missing something, or am I just goddamn confused? Because I'm laughing at the article going, the Harfoots are not a race of hobbits, they're a tribe, and that's why they can be multicultural. And you can have brown, Asian, and Maori hobbits. And he responds to this by saying, yes, actually, the Harfoots were a race of hobbits who were not different or multicultural. In fact, they all look like dirty British peasants.
They look pretty Anglo-Saxon to me.
Yeah, to me, they just look like dirty British peasants. And he's like, oh, they don't look very white. What is your perception of a black person is what I want to know at this point.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know what his perception is. All right.
And see, already Chad is like, is this satire? That's what I'm asking you.
It's a mess. It's like a sloppy mess. Apparently later in this video, which I didn't bother to watch because it's not very good, he rags on Jeremy for like a while.
Oh, that was earlier.
Oh, was it? I don't know. I just looked at the comments and people were like, haha, Jeremy. And like none of them were talking about Arch. They're like, Jeremy. Sorry, looks like Jeremy stole the limelight from you, Arch. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Let's try back next. Probably didn't even know who you were. They're like, Barge? Who's a Barge? Good question. I don't even know who Barge is. All right.
Is tribe a breed? Asks Chad. Apparently. All right, play a little bit more, because then we get to his comment, right?
Oh, it's gonna be special. Pay attention, chat.
Yes.
This is interesting.
Yes, please do pay attention to this, because I don't know the gag.
Yeah, you know what? They don't actually look super white.
At this point, there is no such thing as a hobbit anymore. The hobbits don't exist. What we have is modern day people cosplaying as hobbits. We have modern day black people, Asians, brown, and Maoris walking around with hairy shoes on, pretending to be hobbits.
Hold up, there's Asian hobbits? That's where I draw the line.
It's like seeing a bunch of random white people in a Zulu movie wearing traditional African garb. Like, they're just standing there with their cowhide shields and their little impy spears. It's just like, yes, Fellow blacks. Hello.
All right, man. Whatever. That sounds good. So here's how you leave a comment to agree with somebody about their stance on wokeness. Nice shit, dude. I also can't stand how woke everything is now. The other day, I was telling a joke to my buddy, and somebody filmed it on their phone and got me canceled for my daycare job. Now, granted, I was telling a joke about how I make the babies fight and invite a bunch of biker dudes over to watch. And when police investigated me, they found that, yeah, I also do that in real life. I was taking home $250,000 per month getting these babies roided up and punching each other in the face while every Hell's Angel chapter in the tri-state area cheered on. They were the best years of my life until I got canceled. Yeah, the feds busted in the door and canceled everyone in the building. I only got out because I turned state's witness on the spot. I lost the trust of everyone I loved, put them all in jail, and now I live under a new name in the constant fear that at any moment a motorcycle could pull up and end my life. But hey, it could be worse. Black Panther could have been a woman. And post. Okay, so who else is complaining about this 1 minute long trailer?
All right.
Racist.
So like,
Please explain to me, someone, what was the point of this?
he's like trying to dunk on you, right? But he's too scared to actually make a point because he doesn't have an argument. So he's like, if I sound incoherent and kind of like a bit of a monkey, perhaps somebody will think I'm clever. That was yeah, Chad's got it.
Sure?
It's just a wall of text. Like, he doesn't know how to meme at all. Like, when I open the comment section and somebody has an interesting, like, idea about something, I'll be like, okay. But if I look at a comment section, I see a comment like that, first thing I do is I go report and then, you know, fucking child pornography.
Put that one up on screen. There's a meme for you.
Oh my god. Another one. Left-wing me. Yeah, dude, this is his fucking joke right there. He's like, ha, gotcha, Arch. Got you with my wall of text. What are you gonna do? You've been owned. You're gonna have to read this paragraph of fucking dribble and drool. What? He's trying to pretend that he's right-leaning, but he doesn't know what right-leaning means, so he just makes a stereotype and then hopes that works. It's cute, but...
I don't even know, like... Is it a stereotype?
Yeah, it's from his perspective.
I don't get it.
See, the thing is, I hang out with left-leaning people, and you know what? They're chill. The ones that I hang out with are at least chill. And like these kinds of jokes are, well, they think they're funny. I mean, you know, they're disabled. They don't know any better.
Even if we assume this is to be like funny, haha, right? I still can't parse it. So we begin with me saying the Harfoots are not a tribe. They are in fact a race, and therefore they're bound by the usual logic of a race, after which he shows a Lord of the Rings wiki article proving my point, and then goes on to write a lengthy comment about how he trained babies to fight and had bikers watch them fight before turning state witness to rat out his biker baby beating audience. Please, there must be a connection here, Kyle. There must be something I'm missing.
Listen.
Surely.
I'm just convinced he's an idiot, and I'm just going to leave it at that, because to give him any more time in my mind would probably give me a fucking tumor or something.
It really is the lefty meme. It is the wall of text that even after reading it, you still can't quite parse what's going on here.
Yeah, chat's kind of the mind that it's like he's like trying to be the lol random. Like, it's low effort, it's not very good. Life is cringe. Shut up, don't say that. That makes me upset now. Oh no. But yeah, that's like, it's just low effort. It's like, it's nothing. Like, it's just junk. It's like, I hate that we're even talking about it, because like these oh god, having to talk about people like this is cancer. And also, it's the same kind of crap that these people do. They're bottom feeders. Like, these are called leech channels. They just go around, they're like, you know, fucking they don't have any original ideas. They're like, let's make content about other people's channels. It's low effort. Like, even making fun of this guy requires about like 1% of my brain. Like, we don't need this.
Kyle, you have such a vile opinion. See,
Parasites
for me,
are parasites.
it is No, but it is a genuinely interesting part because you gotta wonder, like, what the hell? We have disconnected so hard that I am incapable of telling whether it is humor, whether it is serious, or whether it is satirizing one of the two previous ones.
I just chalk it
This
up
is
to
the world
it's
in which we
stupid.
live in.
I think you're giving this way too much brain power. The thing is,
I'm
you need
intelligent,
to,
What
you're
can I say?
overthinking it. Stop using your brain. Use the less part of your brain. And remember that this person's making low effort, clickbaity content. It's easy. It makes money. The gimmick works. It does. I mean, he's got 1 million Subarus, so, he made it.
Aha! See, look at that. Look at that. I knew asking chat for this would be useful because chat is the hive mind, okay? And chat has many, many answers to many, many things, okay? And we'll get to Starfield in a second because at least that we know
Hold on.
it's just idiocy.
Wait.
But Absolute Degenerate here says, it sounds like he's trying to say that making jokes about bad things means that you do that in real life and you're a bad person. Like racist joke equal racist in real life. See, that I can buy. That I can buy. Thank you, chat. You have explained to me the joke. It's a pretty bad joke, but I now understand the joke. Thank you.
Okay, so somebody did tell me this trick, by the way, that if you just remove it from your search history, it won't recommend his channel again.
Ah.
Got
Well,
him.
good luck with that, Kyle.
That's great, chat. I mean, now we can go back to where is it? Cock and ball torture G-Man memes. There we go. That's better. My search history is great. I don't know what you're talking about.
I know what I'm talking about, Kyle. Now, if you could take your homophobic pornography off screen and replace it with Starfield's long-awaited Steam page. So, what have we got here? Like, god damn it, we finally got a Steam page for Starfield, which was announced round about the time that the last T-Rex finally gave up on life and succumbed to the meteor showers. There's got to be so much here, right?
It's
There's going to be gameplay footage. Shut up, Kyle. I'm not down with the bit, you little dog.
I scrolled down already. And I was like,
there's going to be screenshots. There's going to be information. My God, we're finally going to know what Starfield is all about.
you know what it looks like? It looks generic, soulless, and bland. There, I said everything that there is to say. Like, the most interesting thing about this fucking video game, because I'm tired of people talking about it, is this sandwich. Look at that sandwich. I think
Really?
that's
For
salami.
that sandwich, that looks brilliant.
I think there's a piece of salami and maybe a slice of Swiss cheese and some lettuce. Maybe
Nah, that ain't Swiss. Like, it's way too yellow.
Or not
like,
Swiss,
that's some
cheddar.
government cheese right there.
No, I'd like to believe it's cheddar instead of government cheese. It's cheddar.
No,
Cheddar.
no, that's some government cheese.
No.
But look at the holes in the sandwich. Like, that's an excellent looking sandwich right there. Like,
There.
somebody made a really excellent texture for that sandwich.
And look, there's a little coffee cup right above it. So you got a little bit of coffee with your little sandwich. There, we talked about the most interesting thing about this game, though.
You don't know that's a coffee cup, Kyle. There could be a soft drink in there.
Oh, maybe it's a bubbly sody pop. That's pretty nice. Oh my god,
Well,
did you know that people could... I've gotten one person who DM'd me who said that they were mad at me because I call it soda pop. They're like, you can't,
That's
you'd have to call it one
fair
or
and
the other.
understandable.
I'm like, it's a sody pop, though. And he's like, oh.
No, Kyle. It's either a soda or a pop. There's
Sody
No.
pop.
No.
Sody pop. It's a sody
No.
pop. It's soda that pops. True.
But goddamn Bethesda. Seriously, God, fuck. Bethesda.
Why do you
Bethesda,
care?
Bethesda.
Don't care about
I
it
care
anymore.
because
Stop caring.
Bethesda was one of those companies that whenever they made anything, I would buy it. I wouldn't care. Like I was just like, yep, nope, it's a Bethesda game. It's gonna be awesome. Like they made Morrowind. They're making all kinds of cool shit. It's just gonna be good stuff. And they were at the cutting edge of graphics for so long. I mean, Oblivion pushed the boundaries back in the day. So did Morrowind too. And they haven't pushed the boundaries or anything graphical for a very long time. Now, maybe Starfield will be it. We don't know because we haven't actually seen Starfield yet. We've seen the CGI cutscenes of Starfield. But they've been hyping this game up for so many years now as the biggest thing. They even had that cringe-ass YouTube video I sent you where there's a bunch of dudes sitting around the table going like, wow, we have such an immersive experience and the player can do anything, which is the same bullshit they've told us for the last 30 years. And yet every game is a little bit more restrictive than the first one.
See, the thing is, just don't lie to the players. Can the player do anything? No. What can the player do? The things the player should be able to do should be the fun things. Don't say the player can do anything. Wow, I can go to the toilet and wipe my ass as a mechanic. Like, wow, that's so cool. I don't care. Like,
and hey, no. Flushing the toilet can be an important experience in a game where you're feeling immersed.
Also,
okay?
You're strange. Okay, I look at Bethesda games and I just see potato planks. Like, I haven't played Morrowind, so I can't comment on that one, and I haven't played Oblivion. So I'm gonna make that distinction. But I played everything since. I played Fallout 3, I played fucking Skyrim, and you know what I thought of those games? I thought they were boring. I thought they were awful. I thought New Vegas was okay, but I felt like the engine was ass.
That's because it was ass.
That
and
engine
still
is garbage.
And they're talking about how they're finally going to make the NPCs not look like dead-faced ghouls and or zombies. And it's probably all bullshit. It's probably all bullshit. However, inside of me is a small voice. And it says it might not be. It says it might not be bullshit, Carl. It says it might be good. It says this time they might actually give a shit. Despite all of the evidence to the contrary, I'd like to point out here, this guy is getting in some kind of spaceship thing on a moon in a very low gravity environment, right? And he's firing it up to go fly off into space. Not a single item anywhere in his ship has been secured in any way. He literally puts his rifle down on the table, just on the fucking table. His entire cockpit will turn into a hellhole of shrapnel and deadly flying debris the moment he takes off.
That's fine, though.
It's not fine. Because these are the little things that give a universe soul. And if they're already messing them up, I don't think it's going to have much soul. I don't think so. I don't believe you, Kyle, when you say it was
boring. Like, I don't know why you don't care. Let me help you. No, you don't care. Okay? You're welcome. You care about, your care level dropped to 0. There. Now we don't have to talk about stupid Starfield anymore. Because every time we talk about Starfield, it's like, what if it's a game? And it's like, oh, it's not a game.
What if it's a game? We can join Todd Howard and be told how it might be a game.
Bethesda doesn't even make games. And it doesn't matter if their games before were good, because the games for the last fucking decade they've made are garbage. Fallout 4, Potato, Skyrim. Like, you literally have to mod it if you want to even fucking bother. Like, good lord. Fallout 3, Potato. It's a green potato, though. God, the age of filters. I'm still mad about it. Stop it. No more filters. New Vegas is orange. That's all I remember. It's orange. Everything's orange. Fallout 3 is green.
Kyle's bigotry aside.
You can't...
11/11/2022. So we're going to get this game, and it's going to be great, and it's going to have co-op, and I'm going to play it.
Does it?
Kyle's going to be there, and he's going to get dragged along.
It says single
months.
player. You know co-op.
I don't care. It's fine. It's okay.
If it's anywhere like Skyrim and Morrowind, by the way, are cooperative. There are co-op overhaul mods where you can play the entire game together now. Fun fact.
Well, great. That's how we're going to play Starfield then. And hopefully we'll restart it about 5 times so that it'll be even more than Divinity.
Rumor has it's a game. No, it isn't. That's good chat. I like that. Oh no.
It's gonna be great, Kyle. It's gonna be great. Now, before we get to the final J.K. Rowling topic, let me go through the super chats. The Goofs 171 says J.K. Rowling, billionaire best-selling author, worried that her opinions aren't being heard, and that some of the millions who love her may disagree. White people problems, am I right? See, that is the beauty of it, though. That is the beauty of this entire thing, this entire dialogue right now. It's J.K. Rowling, a multi-billionaire woman, complaining that she's being oppressed by people and that she's being targeted for being a woman. Meanwhile, on the opposite side is the mainstream gaming media going, she's attacking people. She's attacking the trans community, writing for their massive mainstream gaming news site. Like, we are actually seeing a war between the nobility of old here. We have the House of Rowling against the House of Mainstream beating each other with the swords of regret and hostility.
My God. See,
It's great.
I like the first couple of Harry Potter books. I remember reading them as a kid. I also like the first couple of Harry Potter movies. I also like some of their video games. But J.K.
Wow,
Rowling
you're
is weird. I even have the PlayStation 1 game, by the way. What's it called? The weird one with Hagrid's face where it's just like two polygons. Oh, man. I actually like the Harry Potter stuff. I find it cozy. It's very Christmassy. I don't know why. Gives off that vibe.
Christmassy, huh?
Hmm.
Well, you're strange.
Maybe.
Ushio Koroni says, so who do we blame for the stream being late? I certainly got my pitchfork and torch ready. And it was Kyle. He was clouding my mind with his poor judgment. It happens.
No, I wasn't. I was trying to enlighten the Barch, but the Barch would not see reason. He's like, no, I refuse. And then we had like a, Revenge of the Sith, like, friend battle where we tried to kill each other. And then I cut off Arch's arms and legs and burned a little.
And yet you still lost.
He's not blonde anymore. It's crispy.
Also, as a bit of an aside, by the way, I want to just quickly mention that V called me a VTuber in his last video, and I will kill that man. I don't care what it takes.
I mean,
will kill that
if
man.
people accuse me of being a VTuber, you have the more animated version of yourself on our channel. So, like, you're kind of like you're stuck with me now. Like we're together. Like, if I'm called a VTuber,
Yeah, but you are a
you're
VTuber.
No, I'm not. I'm a gift tuber. It's different.
I don't even think you're a GIF.
Yeah, you're still a PNG tuber. I'm a GIF now. Changed. I have multiple frames. So do
Chat
you.
says they can see why Kyle likes Harry Potter. He is a cat boy girl thing. That's true.
What? You guys don't like Harry Plopper? Like, Harry Plopper's kind of cool. It's kind of fun. The initial 3 movies, and then the rest of it's kind of like emo-y and weird. Okay,
Lord of
like
the
those
Opossum
things.
says, hi, Arch, and says, remember to like and subscribe. That is a good idea. Everyone should hit the like button. It is vital that you do hit the like button, because if not, it'll just hurt V.
You should hit the like button to help support the Blonde Bimbo's content. That way it gets I forgot the word. The word that was perpetuated, propelled, something like that. I don't know if that was what I was going for. But yeah.
It sounded like that's what you were going for.
It'll be accentuated. Yeah, that's a weird way of using that.
Accentuated.
I like the way that
Don't try
sounds.
using complicated words, Kyle.
We're going to accentuate his channel.
Kyle, don't make me use that word.
That
you
hurts
don't know.
you a little bit, doesn't it?
Don't make me use that word you don't understand, Kyle.
You truculent. What are you being truculent for, Barch? He's like, no, that's my word.
I still love the fact that he... Oh, that was one of our better streaming moments. It really was.
Arch using archaic words to sound smart. Words that have fallen out of the English usage. And he's like, I'm going to use these words that are dead. And he's like, what, you don't understand truculent, my lord? And it's like, God damn it, Barch, we're not in the 16th century anymore.
Team Oz says, Halo was gone ever since 343 Industries 2011 took over. It was the first noteworthy conquest of the SJWs. They gave control of $1 billion IP to a forum janitor. Love from the Night's Watch. Thank you very much, Oz. Oz is a good boy. We played Mount and Blade with him. We need to play more. God, Oz, just restart Mount and Blade. Or find something else we can play, my man. Do it now. And also, move away from Australia. 1, it means that you're criminal if you keep living there. And 2, your time zone. My God.
Oz. He sounds familiar.
Gibbs thinks to himself, I think there was a story here about a lion and a tin man.
I feel like I remember you telling me about Oz.
I may have.
But I don't remember. Is that the kangaroo Australian?
The kangaroo Australian?
The one with the kangaroo.
Is there other types of Australians?
The one that does War Thunder.
No, it is not the one that does War Thunder.
Oh.
Although Mags is a good boy too. People should check out Mags' channel, incidentally.
Here, I'll pull it up on stream. Hold on. How do I pull it up? Hold on. I forgot how YouTube works. Mags. No, stop playing that. There we go.
Mags is a very good lad, and he plays retardo sim games like DCS, despite being legally blind on one eye.
What?
Mags
He played Mech Warrior?
Yeah, he does that too. Right now, I think he's playing the really old Mech Warrior. Yes, he is.
Which one? Oh, mute. Mech Warrior 4, it looks like. Oh, pretty base, pretty squeck-pilled. Better watch his content.
Yep, Mags is a good boy.
Subsqueak even.
Criminally underwatched. Criminally.
He puts a lot of effort into his content. I've seen his stuff. I'm subscribed with my main, not my main channel, my private channel. I haven't watched, like, the last time I watched him was when he was doing the Snuggle Marines, you know, the little submarine game. Oh, fuck, what was it called? Cold Waters.
Kyle, shame on you. Adoman says, Kibbs, the simper of VTubers. Correct. He does simp for VTubers.
So do you.
Evidence. No.
You were there too.
No. You
Listen,
have no evidence.
We denied Sluttimus. We do. I have screens.
You have no proof.
Want me to pull them up?
Okay, then, Kyle. Show it to me now. Now. You can't, can you?
Squealy, get the screenies now, Squealy. Squealy has them. He's just sending me fucking pig Harry Potters. What the fuck? What
the opossum says, Arch should come out as trans so the GW can't criticize him. If I was going to go full on, like, I would be a trans Muslim black man that was also gay. That's probably what I would do. Like, if you're going to do it, hammer it home. Shadow Fox 20 says, damn Kibbs, finally get to see another stream and y'all are late. Hashtag breed Kibbs. It's true.
Shadow Warrior.
We'll have to take it out on his ass.
How is it on the Eastern Front, boy? Because he's stationed in Europe. Last I talked to him. That's why he doesn't come on, stop by my channel anymore. Because he's sleeping or he's too busy bombing the Ukrainian. No kidding.
The Ukrainians, man. Okay, so he's on that side of the
No, he's American.
Yeah, that's the thing, Kyle. All you're saying is the Americans are doing some proper gay ops. It's like they look at the Ukraine like, oh no, Ukraine!
Oh,
it's
that
a hospital
terrible
full of children and women. How could the Russians do this? It says made in the U.S. on shell. Please explain. No.
Please explain. Why bomb a child hospital? It's like, listen, we need this right now. This is for the greater good.
Hold on, Igor.
Oh,
have you seen our president? Yes. Then you understand why we have to do this.
This is a good pick. This needs more views, though. Like, seriously, Megs TV is playing Mech Warriors 4, which is incredibly squack-pilled of him. Granted, it's Black Knight, so I don't remember that one. I just remember Mercenaries. But like, fuck, go watch it. It's a good game, by the way. You can find it on Abandonware, myabandonware.com. True.
The Cool Call says, at the ArchCast, Mum, you're late. Your mother may have been the reason we're late. I can't deny it. Unlikely, but I can't deny it. Scootmeister says, I wasn't expecting much from the show to start with, but goddamn, what I'm hearing now kills me as a big Halo fan. Thanks for touching on it, Arch. You're very welcome. Your hopes and dreams have been thoroughly quashed, as they should be. But hey, it might be good. Remember, it might be good. Small voice in the back of your head. Lord of the Opossum says, trans Arch would dominate the female gaming world. I probably would, considering the competition.
Oh no, that swimming thing.
Oh no.
There we go.
Black 1917 says, Quack and hail Arch Christ, our Lord and Savior. You are late. This displeases your Emperor Neoth. There is no such character. Doesn't exist.
I have the evidence. It's over, March. I've cancelled you and myself at the same time.
You have Doctored screenshots, that's all you have, you cheating, lying weasel of bad faith.
Look at it. We were. This is evidence, chat, that Barch, not me, I was obviously against Barch, was grooming the Rosa.
Grooming?
Yeah.
No. See, Kyle, that's the problem. That's the difference between you and me, right? You are grooming a child. That's disgusting and a crime, and you will be arrested. I am merely purchasing an entity, a cosita, as she calls it, an item.
She did say that she was a whore, though. This is true.
I don't know if she went straight quite that far, but
no, I heard it.
The kids in you.
I'm 99% certain she admitted to being a whore. I heard that. I'm pretty sure.
Dragged away by the police. Like, why did you rape that woman? I didn't rape her. She said she was a whore. God damn it, Kyle. God damn it. You can't just leave $50 next to them and leave, okay? This is not how this works.
Oh my god, that's pretty fucked up.
That is pretty fucked up. Yeah, shame upon you.
God
damn
no.
On topic, Lord of the Opossum says, I miss naked Cortana. We all do. But naked Cortana will not make an appearance in the Halo TV show.
Yeah, seriously, that would be a pretty cool outfit, right? They'll dress they'll dress her up by having her remove all her clothes, and then they'll just body paint her. Bam.
Blue.
You know what? I'm pretty sure viewership for the show will go up by a lot.
I'm pretty sure that's what they did with Mystique in the X-Men. They worked out all right. Zion says, greetings to Arch and Kibbs. I watched the Total War Warhammer 3 archive, and Bickering Bunch is the most accurate name in the world for you. Head pats for you both. Neoth, the pointless protector. See, we only bicker because Fairman's a little bitch, okay? And he whines, and he's like, I'm getting my ass plastered by everyone. Yeah, shut up.
Barch. Oh my god. See, I picked the channel name because a friend told me we'll start YouTube as a friend group, and because we bicker a lot. I'm like, that's pretty good. He's like, let's call it the Bickering Bunch. I'm like, that's awesome. So I set up the channel, and then I'm making content. Like, you guys want to come and like make content together? And they're like, nah. It's like, oh, okay.
And they told Kyle to sit on a penis.
And then I changed my channel name just to Kibbs because there was no point keeping it. And then I met Blondie, Bubbles, fucking Fairbear, and fucking Ketchup. And then we started the Bickering Bunch. And it's perfect because all they goddamn do is fight all the time. It's great. Sometimes, oh god, barotrauma. Oh my god. If you watch the VODs of barotrauma, there's so many points when Arch and fucking everyone, not just Arch, Disco, fucking Bubbles, fucking Fairman, like we're all at each other's throats. And the atmosphere is so thick. You can feel it. Like, people are just hating each other. It's great. Love it.
Kyle, you seem to have completely missed the point of this whole good-mannered banter thing that other people made popular.
God, we wanted to
Kyle
wring
was
each
sat
other's
down in front
necks.
of the television one day and decided for himself, I'm going to be John Tron. Except then he became Ego Raptor instead. Shame on you.
No! I want to be the based, chonky boy. I don't want to be the thin, vampiric little parasite thing.
Lolly the Possum says, almost 500 watching, but not even 200 likes. Sad. Now it's 750 watching, and only 300 likes. Come on, chat. You can do better, or you can be sounded. Jay Grant says, hello, boys. I know your interest in these matters, so decided to share. Have you heard of the woman who sounded herself with a shotgun? Shot glass, actually.
What?
Okay. It's a mild difference.
Sounds like a kink.
I haven't, but I don't want to hear it anymore either. And there's a big topic. Okay, we're gonna keep that. Salamander Marine says Spartan 2s were children who were kidnapped by Halsey and had clones put in their place. They were experimented on, and the majority died. They were created to put down human separatist groups. That's why Halsey is a morally questionable person. For a very generous $50, thank you. That is why he was Halsey. Halsey was Halsey. Halsey was Halsey.
Halsey was Halsey.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Halsey's the doctor girl who fucking made the spurtants.
If she was a girl, it's all okay, Kyle. I'm more than happy to forgive women for the occasional abuse of children.
Like, okay, but you were female, so, it Makes sense.
We'll take
Is
it.
that what you say? It's like,
Yep.
yeah, you committed. I know you just fucking, killed a bunch of children, but you're female, so it's.
I'm an ally.
Terrible.
Now, Kyle, open that article and please scroll down until you see the first YouTube video thumbnail.
Is this the video game? No, it's not the video game. This is.
It is the video game.
It's a video game. Second thumbnail. What the heck is that? What is that hairstyle?
You're very welcome, Kyle.
The second image. Here's the first one. Oh, what is that? What is that? That scared me. Mostly because the jawline tells me mixed messages. That's a very chiseled jaw. I'll say that much.
Revealed himself to be a transphobe.
Listen, I calls him as I sees him, and if I sees him with a chiseled jaw, it's a chiseled jaw. That's good though.
This is a GameSpot article. I didn't even know that GameSpot was still around, but apparently they do exist. Apparently, they called Elden Ring the Breath of the Wilds of Dark Souls, which was a new one, I will admit.
What?
And this is a lengthy ass rant on how J.K. Rowling is the enemy of humanity, at the very least, transgender humanity.
I'm not opening that link.
Good.
I'm not clicking on it. No. I'm gonna buy the Harry Plopper game, and the trans thing can't convince me otherwise.
The Harry Potter game, Hogwarts Legacy was touted as this huge thing to begin with. Like, oh my Jesus, oh my God, it's gonna be the greatest. Because there are other people out there, like, kind of just blind-minded consumers of Harry Potter. It's weird, but there you have it.
Actually, no, I don't really consume that much. The only thing I kind of like about the Hogwarts Legacy is like how it captures the whole school and how you can join the various houses. Like, you don't have to be House Gryffindor. You can be Hufflepuff, or you can be fucking Slytherin.
Can you join Voldemort and kill Harry Potter?
That would be a twist.
If the answer is no, then it's not the Legacy of Hogwarts.
I
And you
don't
can't do anything
think
you want.
it's. I
You
think
can
it's,
just wear different skins.
I think it's set in a different time period.
Of course it is.
Well, I mean, it would be kind of lame if fucking Harry Potter steals all your thunder.
Would it?
Yeah.
Would it?
Fuck Harry
So
Potter.
long as I'm able to steal Emma Watson, I'm fine with him having the thunder.
Also, you should look up what Emma Watson looks like now. That'll fucking finally...
I've seen it.
Yeah.
I do not recognize that as Emma Watson. I do not accept that as
It's
Emma Watson.
over,
I haven't
Arch.
seen it. I haven't heard it. Nope.
It's over. She's not what you'd say hot anymore. See,
Nope.
you are all about the
nope.
visuals. Okay, I look at Emma Watson and I see just a filthy, hollow corporate elitist. I'm like, nah,
Hold
not
on,
touching
Kyle.
that.
That's exactly the point. That you're like, oh, you're too shallow. It's like, yeah, because I'd want her for her feminist corporatist personality.
Yeah, you're shallow.
I have already explained this, Kyle. I am thoroughly convinced that I could dick her right.
What's probably gonna happen is Bart just got blue hair next time we see him. He's like, I'm no longer the blonde bimbo, I'm the blue bimbo.
Hey, I'll be more popular than ever, and I won't have to be suppressed by YouTube no more. It's a
You'd be
win-win
like,
situation as far as I'm concerned.
I'm very pro the feminist movement, which is, I think it's still a thing, even though we have, equal rights now, but, details.
That's the thing, Kyle. This article also lays out exactly what's going on here, because it's no longer the feminist movement. The feminist movement is basically dead, and he was killed by the inclusion of the trans right activists, because there's a bit of a problem here. The feminist movement said that men and women are different, and that men are always oppressing women. All the time, everywhere, for every reason, all the time, constantly. And so women need lots of special privileges. They need lots of special things. They need special programs. They need special allowances. They need to be quotationed into things like leadership positions and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But then came the problem. Then came the T along and said, hold on, I, with the chiseled chin, identify as a woman. And suddenly, now you had to quotation in the man into the women's leadership quota. And suddenly there was another man in a position of leadership where they had thought to themselves to quote in a woman. And they're sitting there going, hold on, this isn't what we were thinking about. This isn't at all what we were thinking about. And this has led to quite the war within the movement because if you can't find out, if you can't define what is a man and what is a woman, and you can't in the idea of transgenderism because there is no such thing as biological sex to them, a man can be a man up until the point he chooses to be a woman and vice versa, to the point where they can compete in each other's sports, like the recent winner of the women's swimming gold medal, for example.
See, what's funny is, like, I think that it's cool that women's have their own sports because it allows them to compete fairly because we are different anatomically. And then,
yeah, they're
like,
inferior beings. I agree.
Wow, canceled yourself. Congratulations. I'm not stepping on that landmine. So, anyways, back to Kibbs' based point, right? So, like, women's is different, right? But then you let
How are they different, Kyle?
You let men's isn't because their
Hold
body.
on, Kyle. How are they, Kyle?
One has Vagoo, one has balls. There you go.
But why can't they compete in the same sport, Kyle?
Because they're different anatomically.
But why?
The male
why?
body can support
How,
better muscle structure. Like, it allows for us to be bonkier because males are supposed to fight and then die. Like, that's
there we go. I have managed to drag Kyle into my cancellation too.
Like, it's just sadly our fate and fuck. Like, but biology didn't like men. Okay, they looked at us and was like, "You get to die." And I was like, "Okay, thanks." you
there
go
is
fight
a certain
and
point in that.
You go. Women's is, you don't have to do that. It's like, God damn it. This isn't fair at all.
But returning to my well thought out and excellent point before Kyle wandered off on his little tangent, you have the obvious problem here that when you introduce a group of people into a movement that wants rights for a group based upon their gender, and that new group says the gender doesn't exist, you're gonna have a problem. And so we have a new term, the TERF, the trans-exclusionary feminist, of which J.K. Rowling is one, because she infamously tweeted out that a woman is a biological human female, which was the problem. Ever since, she has been hated by the progressive community. And what I love about this article is, there's like 4 paragraphs to begin with that it's just words. It is just a series of words, one after the other, with no point, no evidence, no conclusion. It simply just goes, I'm right, and I'm going to drown you in words until you agree that I'm right. I mean, this article is so goddamn long.
I'm not reading it. Like, I looked at the pictures, and I didn't like what I saw. That's a big ogre, though. You know, I do agree with somebody in chat. They said the graphics look a little bit dated. They do look a little bit dated. Look at that model.
Oh, it's been in development for quite some time at this point.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But I don't really care about graphics. If the gameplay is good, it's good. If it's not, well, the game has failed to be a game.
And the question here is then, and I love the conclusion, because this is the group of people who want to destroy every other setting to make it more inclusive. Halo needs to be destroyed, Lord of the Rings needs to be destroyed, everything needs to be brent, broken, and torn apart. But then we come to Harry Potter, and suddenly we're like, oh, Harry Potter must be protected from its author. It must remain sacrosanct.
Yep, because the author is now the enemy. I mean... In that note, one thing I find funny is J.K. Rowling's incessant need to retcon her own setting.
Yeah, that's the problem with J.K. Rowling. Because the thing is, she used to be a darling of the progressive left, in large parts because she was willing to go like, oh, no, Hermione was totally a black girl. Or Dumbledore, yes, he likes the peen now. Which, to be fair, having looked at him, he strikes me as a person who enjoys the peen.
Oh, damn, yeah. Stefan Payne says the game got announced for the Nintendo Switch. Yeah, it's not gonna be visually. It's not gonna blow your mind. You're gonna be like, wow. You're gonna be like, wow, look at this Xbox 360 game. We're back in the old days, the good old days, chat. It's true. There were a lot of good games in the early 2000s, up until 2010, and then 2011 and 12 were the beginnings of the dark times.
The 10s were definitely the dark times. That is true. The 2000s. My God.
2000s
My
were
God.
roaring with video games, like just chugging them out, bam, bam, bam. Like we'd always get a blockbuster title that would blow your mind. Like I still have all of them on my wall behind me. I can still play them for now.
And the beauty of this too is I love the way the wokeists fight one another because both use the exact same language of claimed victimhood. J.K. Rowling's position is the transgender community is victimizing women because they're making it impossible to tell what a woman is, and so they're taking away all of the privileges that women have built up over the years. Which is true. Like, if a man can suddenly go like, oh, hold on then, I'm a woman. I identify as a woman. Let me into this woman-only space. Legally, you have no recourse at that point. Once you've made it so that anyone can be anything at any time, voila. And yet, the opposition also, of course, says that Rowling is targeting the transgender community. She is destroying them. She is bringing harm to them because of her totalitarian movement. It's literally two groups of fascists fighting one another. Like, it's Hitler and Mussolini on equal sides going, the capitalists, whilst pointing at one another. It is fantastic. And it is retarded at the same time. And this, by the way, this is what is going to bring this whole garbage down. It absolutely is. The infighting, which has just slowly started to really kick off recently, is going to be the straw that breaks the camel's back. Along, in all due likelihood, with a certain person inhabiting a large house in America right now, who is doing about as well as the Russian army, frankly.
Yeah, that's not very good.
Yeah, not very good. I'm looking forward to 2024. Let's put it like that. I imagine we're going to have the March of the March on the Mountain King once again.
March on the Mountain King.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be rather Bridget.
What are you typing, Barch?
You wouldn't understand, Kyle. You wouldn't understand.
Scared. Look, we did talk about video games a little bit.
Well, this is a video game.
It is.
And here's the thing, too.
Or I hope
Kyle's
it is.
position on this was what we were going to drag him for. Because he's like, I don't care. If it's a good video game...
No. You don't get to fucking construed my point by fucking pretending that... Yeah, because you're going to fucking make it up with your little fucking thing. Now, you say what you think first, and then I'll give you my point. You don't speak for me anymore.
You mean construct.
You're not allowed to speak on my behalf anymore. You always paint it in a horrible light.
That's not true.
That's very true.
Hogwarts Legacy should be ignored. It should die a horrible, lonely, sad death in the pits of forgetfulness. Because the woke won't like it, because one of the people making it, Troy Levitt, once had a little YouTube channel where he dared go against the narrative. And so he had to be cancelled. He had to be fired, he had to be thrown out, and he had to have his family threatened. All right, that's the progressive idea. And then Hogwarts Legacy decided to force him out and try to appease the far left. That's their position. They have managed to anger both sides, and Darwinism must take over. The company and their games should be sent off into the scrapyard of hell and quietly forgotten about.
No, here's the reality, okay? It's fucking Warner Brothers. They're not gonna... They have so much money, those fat little fucks. Oh my god. See, I don't even care if it's terrible. I don't even care if it's garbage. I had people pay me a ridiculous sum of money and then gift me Life is Strange so they could watch me bitch and moan for fucking 8 hours. And you know what? I'll do it again. I'll do it fucking again. I'll bitch and moan for another 8 hours. And if this game's terrible, I'll do it for the sake of growing the channel, for the sake of growing content, because people like it when I'm miserable, and so I've consigned myself to be miserable on YouTube. This is my life now. This is my lot in life: miserableness, sadness, depression.
But that is merely Kibbs being an arm of the Archian propaganda apparatus. He's being a negative agent, and that is fine.
It's okay to cover things
It
and then be
should
miserable.
not be forgiven.
But definitely, it should be talked about. Yeah.
It's a bad game made by bad people who have gotten hated by both sides of the aisle. And that is a good thing. Plus, honestly, Warner Brothers is not that big of an entity anymore. Like, this is the thing. We're now talking about giga corporations, the size of which has never before fucking seen. In comparison to bloody Disney, Warner Brothers is still in a position where they might actually have to listen to the audience's opinion, at least on occasion.
Warner Brothers might. See, Warner Brother Games has pumped out some fun stuff, but I do want to remind people that they've also pumped out some shit, right? Like the Arkham games. Like the first two, the Arkham City and Arkham Asylum, were pretty good. But for some reason, like slowly and progressively, the games got more DLC heavy and got kind of lazy and sloppy. I remember the last one being just like, it was super janky. It didn't really work properly. Batman used like a armored car to shoot other cars and explode them, and I was asking myself, like, did he just kill those people?
Yes, just like he did in the Superman versus Batman movie, where he used goddamn miniguns to slaughter people.
He's like, oh, don't worry, it's like plasma or something. Like, dude, they're dead. Batman, they're fucking dead. It doesn't matter if it's fucking dead. The car exploded. They're burning alive right now, Batman. You killed them. He's like, no. You see, it's not lethal. It's like, I
don't care what you shot him with. The car explosion alone is lethal. The catapulting them from the wreck at 100 kilometers per hour is lethal.
Yeah, I think they're pretty fucking dead, if you ask me. Oh, yeah, it was Arkham Knight. Thank you, Kyrian. I didn't remember the name of the last one. But yeah, so like they can pump out some good games. But they've also, they also can do shit. So I guess we'll see if WB Games... Is it WB Games? No. Chat. Is it WB Games? I thought they got shuttered. Is it another studio under Warner Brothers? Do they have a Steam page? See, I remember something along the lines like they were shuttering the studio. Hogwarts Legacy. God, I don't like that name, though. It sounds dumb. Hogwarts has always been a dumb name.
Emma Watson's legacy. Look, watch Emma Watson in her golden years before she turned into a shriveled old hag. That's the title I want.
There's the companies.
Is there an Emma Watson porn game anywhere? Google, inform me.
No, Warner Brothers Games, they're okay. They're still around.
Meanwhile, Kyle is off looking up goddamn logos. God damn it.
I was just seeing the companies associated.
Be a wizard, Harry.
But what if I don't want... I like how... Oh my god. So in the promotional material, like, you can make your own wizard. You can join whichever house you want. I'm like, that's pretty cool. And then the wizard they make is just the most fugly-looking motherfucker.
Well, it's modern-day character customization, Kyle. They're always going to be ugly.
Look at this cool, robust character editor. Watch as we make a really bad-looking character. Look at how bad this character's face looks. It's like, yes, you can make ugly characters. I know that is something that's a big attractor for a lot of people. People like making really hideous monstrosities. Like, I don't think there'll be too much issue as long as it's robust enough.
Then again, if there's a romance route in this video game,
Arch is like
Hermione
warming up, isn't he?
Ring.
Yeah, I mean, there's gonna be probably some lesbo romancing, Arch. Up your alley. Arch is big on the LGBT sides of things. Definitely
yes,
the L part.
In this case, I am certainly an ally.
He's like, L part, my favorite letter. Arch, bad. Bad Arch.
You cannot shame me, sexually or otherwise. Right. Oh, God, it's set in the 1800s. There's no Emma Watson, right? Interest fading.
No 1800s. That means they're gonna be wearing. That means the girls will be wearing Victorian dresses.
Covered head to toe like burkas.
Burkas.
Oh God, I'm yawning. Or oh God, no. Oh.
Haven't you seen sexy Victorian themed outfits? Come on,
Kyle. You know nothing about the Victorian era.
Yeah.
It is an era that was so fucking prudish that the men literally had prostitutes on virtually every street corner because their women wouldn't have sex with them. It was the area where Jack the Ripper saw so many whores around, he thought to himself, you know what? It's an expenditure.
That's
Nobody will care.
Britain, and nobody cares about Britain. Okay, they got crooked teeth. See,
Nobody cares about Britain in the Victorian era. Kyle, I don't know.
I
if
know
hitting
it
you will
hurts
be
you,
enough.
doesn't it?
I don't know. I think maybe we'll have to use a tool.
The thing is, chat is on the kid's side. Chat's like, Victorian. Chat's getting excited. Yes, chat, yes. Does that mean we can call it? Wait,
with a comb.
It's the Victorian era. We're playing as Victorian era wizards. So after we, graduate, we can go off and fucking help, the scramble for Africa. Base.
I mean, sure. I guess enslaving black people with magic would be an alternative approach.
See, we're gonna actually be fighting with the other wizarding school or whatever, or sector, where it's the African area. Like, we're gonna be in the process of dominating them. Like, that's what this game is about.
If the Africans had a wizard, why did they lose?
They do. The other cultures have different. I know
if the shaman really can summon lightning.
There are different, like, wizarding things. There's one for America, there's one for Asia, I think. Chat, correct me. I don't remember. I haven't fucking looked at the Harry Pooper lore in fucking a bajillion years. I was a little kid back then. But yeah. There's, like, different schools. Hogwarts is the one in Britbongistan.
We will return to Super Chats while Kyle does his thing.
I'm not wrong.
Lord of the Opossum says, how successful would the Covenant be in 40k? Not at all. They would arrive, they'd be dead.
No, the Covenant would be dumb. They'd fire the rings, and then everyone would be dead, including them.
The Covenant don't have the ring, though. The ring is the forebear tech.
Yeah, see, the Covenant wouldn't fucking go into the 40k universe because there's no rings to be like, meh, don't care. They're trying to figure out how to kill themselves. So they can go on further on the journey.
Lord of the Boss also says, why can't Halo fans get a Halo show? That sounds really bigoted, Kyle. I agree.
Halo's fans
Kyle sounds really bigoted on many occasions.
But it's weird that I'm so fucking based on it, isn't it? Strange, isn't it, Chant?
Also, I've almost given up on telling Kyle not to say the F word. It's just, like, he just keeps going.
I know. It's almost like you and the N word in my channel. They're so, look, you can tell the laughter creeping into his voice there at the end. He's like, hey. Like he's
Kyle,
guilty.
Is that an official acceptance that I may drop the N-bomb as many times as you drop the F-bombs?
You're going to get me pulled off Twitch.
Can we trade those one for one?
And then you owe me like an average of $200 because that's how much to make it from Twitch per month. I will be charging you.
That's what I mean. It's not the same.
The F-bomb doesn't delist you. The N-bomb does. The N-bomb puts Kibs and kicks Kibs off of Twitch.
Plus, it's not my fault, okay? I was watching Snowfall, which is a pretty cool show about the crack epidemic in, I think, LA or something. And it has a lot of black people in it. And like all forms of entertainment with black people in it, they use the N-word a fucking lot. And I'm easily impressionable, okay?
You blonde, traitorous whelp.
No.
I think so.
No.
I think you need to be punished.
But one for one trade, very well. Tomorrow will be an interesting day.
Tomorrow will be. We got Warno.
Lord of the Opossums also says, everyone has heard of Arch, #based. That's true. I am famous.
Somehow. They heard.
Lucian, question mark, play more. Presumably referring to the video, but we just played a little part about me. Just a little part about me, because I'm the only important person in it. Black 1917, he's trying to own Arch, but he's too much of a coward to make any statements beyond, you're fascist, out of fear being taken to court for defamation slander. I don't think that's the problem. I think he's afraid of getting dragged on the internet because he doesn't make a point. Again, this is the thing. When it was Stephen Colbert. It was Stephen Colbert, right? Colbert, that was the first one?
Ooh.
No, it wasn't Stephen Colbert. No, that's the knockoff shit that's now. Who was the guy who was before him on that, like, American comedy thing show, The Late Show. What the hell was he? Who the hell was he? What was his name? What was his name? The one American in the room is just useless. He's just like, meh, I'm a Carl.
I don't know what this is. It's not video game related. I don't know. Is there press the A button or the B button? Either. So. If it's not Vidya, it's not real. Chat says David Letterman and Jon Stewart.
Jon Stewart. I think that was in.
Steve Cohen. David Letterman. I'm just reading all this.
Yes, Jon Stewart. That was the guy. I'm looked at the picture now. So the thing is, Jon Stewart was the one who started this idea of the fake news being funny, right? He was like just reading out the news in a funny satirical fashion. That was his shtick. He was blowing things out of proportions and making jokes out of the news. And a lot of that was pretty funny. And he used to give everyone a bit of salt. A little bit of salt to the Democrats, a little bit of salt to the Republicans. And he used to pick on the more ridiculous parts as well to blow it out of proportion. You know, he was humorous. Now, over the years, he started leaning more and more leftwards, and less people watched his show, until eventually he quit and handed it over to Stephen Colbert, who's the new guy, who is purely one side. It has become pure propaganda apparatus. And the thing is, they're using that as an excuse. I remember Jon Stewart back in the day, he was talking about being criticized by other television shows, like Fox News was angry at him, like, we're just a comedy show. And he always made it very clear that that was what they were. They were just a comedy show. They weren't really there to make points or have public opinions or to do anything like that, or certainly not to make the news. It was a comedy show. But the line there has blurred so much that now you see people making political points and having political diatribes and then going like, oh, it's a joke. It's comedy. Don't you understand? Are you a snowflake or something? It's the left con meme again, where the comedy is almost completely gone because they need to try to be serious. And they can't be too funny, because if they're being too funny, someone will take it out of context and they'll cancel them over it. Like the recent one where the other guy, Jon Stewart, was suddenly sitting there like, I miss Trump. Putin would never have invaded Ukraine under Trump. And it is a moment where you're sitting there thinking to yourself, what happened here? How did we get to this point? Anywho, the point is, that is what I believe that kind of satire is. They don't want to make a point because they'll be made fun out of, because they probably haven't put that much thought into their point. They probably haven't evolved their idea to any particular degree, and they probably aren't ready to actually argue it fully. Anywho.
Yep.
Small rant aside, Lord of the Possum says, how does that guy have 1 million subs? Because he's funny, I think. And also, I mean, here's the thing. If you're on the left on modern day YouTube, you're gonna have some advantages. Let's put it like that. He also says, I would watch baby fights. I think baby fights would be pretty boring, actually. Like, there's not a whole lot of strength in babies, as far as I'm aware. Glow in the Dark says, wall of text translation, you are a bad person, like those gangsters mixed in with left-wing perceptions of right-wingers. I guess. Artemis Fowl, Joe Biden calls soda sody pop 2. Aha! Kyle, you have been... Kyle, no, shut it. You don't get to defend yourself.
This is a lie!
You don't get to defend yourself. You are an old, demented man now.
Nope. This is a lie.
And that's why you call it soda pop. Because you can't remember if it's called soda or pop.
Nope. I refuse. I will not be called the Lich. As much as I like Wrath the Lich King. You know, it was good. It was good expansion. I don't want to be a Lich.
Lord of the Possum says Starfield will be the next Cyberpunk. Well, I mean, at least it'll be something.
I mean,
See, I didn't mind Cyberpunk. Like, if you play Cyberpunk and you just play it as a run-of-the-mill, average-ass RPG with some pretty decent-looking graphics, it's fine. Like, it's not particularly noteworthy, but it's fine. But if you play Cyberpunk thinking it's going to be the greatest thing ever, which is what they made it out to be, then yeah, it's going to be a bit of disappointment there.
I remember we talked about it, because I think we were both of the same mind. Like, yeah, it wasn't going to be good from the get-go. Like, I was like, it's going to be a shit show. Because it's overhyped to such a degree, even if it is, quote-unquote, good, it'll still be not enough. And it wasn't good. It was actually just bad.
That wasn't bad, Carl. You're being Carl again.
There's so much drama and controversy around that game. It's just rotted to its core.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter, Kyle.
It does matter. When a company promises that this game will run, this game will have all these cool features, you'll be able to do all these things, and then people find out they cut all these mechanics and all these systems, then
it's not a bug count, it's a feature.
That's extremely rude. I'm gonna have to put that person in a timeout. You can't stop me. What I did.
I technically can. Yes, I actually technically can.
You wouldn't want to do that. You don't know what that person said. It was hateful, mean-spirited, cold-hearted.
Kyle, you took away my wrench on your channel because I was being administrative to a person who was hateful.
That's actually a lie. You still have your wrench.
Oh. I didn't know.
You thought I took it away from you, you monkey?
Maybe you shouldn't have told me that.
Squealy run. Squealy run. Squealy's days are now numbered.
They are. At least once. Like now, the problem is now Kyle's pushed me into a corner where I'm going to have to do it at least once to prove my credentials. Otherwise, I'm going to come across as weak and then Russia will invade me and I can't have that.
Listen, Boog, you got to take one for the team.
Not Boog. I've grown fond of Boog. He says he's senior to me too now. And I do enjoy his accent.
Reguline's been giving you snark, though. I think it's time for him to get punished.
I think so, too.
Reguline or Slutimus? Or both?
No, Slutimus helps me out. It's going to be Reguline.
I like how I look at Discord and I see Reguline's typing right now. She's like, no.
Adoman says, I hella can't wait for more Life is Strange, Kibs.
Oh.
That's what you're going to play today, Kyle.
Oh, no, we're not. I already said that I'm only going to do Tuesday once a week because at first I'm like, we're going to binge through this because people paid me enough money to play both games and they bought it for me. So I'm like, all right, you paid for this. You're getting what you paid for. Even no matter how bad it is, I will beat it. And it's pretty bad. And the worst part is it's so bad that I tried to binge down the first game. After 8 hours, I couldn't. I needed to stop. No, it's so stressful. You haven't, when it comes to how bad a game is, the writing, it's so painfully bad. The characters are doing things that are so contrived. The plot is so simple that it could have been solved in, the first, 5 minutes of the game. But the characters are so dumb, they don't know what they're doing. Or the writers are dumb. I'm not sure if it's both. It's just bad. It's pain. It's misery. It's suffering. I don't blame the people on my channel that don't want to watch it, but the viewership turnout's so good. And I hate it. I hate it. I get so much donos from playing that game than if I play a good game. What is this? What cruel thing did I do to deserve this?
You defended Hogwarts Legacy.
That was before I even knew Hogwarts Legacy was even a game. I only found out about it a few days ago on Twitter and I was like, that looks kind of neat. And I never defended it. I said, I'll stream it.
Post talk, go prop talk.
Look at that. Do you see this, chat? This little fucking retconning son of a bitch over here? We're gonna call you J.K. Barchings. Fucking changing the story all the time.
I wouldn't mind being J.K. Rowling's. I'd have lots of money.
Lots of money. He's like, I don't know about being an old, sad wayman, though.
Not to mention, I could probably force Emma Watson to do all kinds of things.
That's
do you really want this role? Actually, on second thought, she was really young when she got the role. Rescind that one. Do you really want to keep this role? There we are.
I don't think you'd do that, Barch. Number one, you're softy. You pretend to be tough. Number two, you know what she looks like now.
I know, but I wouldn't know that then.
Yeah, but you'd know it. Okay,
if
fine.
I get isekai'd as J.K. Rowling, I'll know, but it'll be too late by then.
You'd be like, oh no, is like Hermione's or whatever her name is, Emma.
But that was just what feminism did to her. I'm sure I could fix that.
Oh no, it's Arch is falling down the trap of I can save her, I can fix her.
I can save her.
That's not how that works.
Viking Kiwi says, Kibbs has not played Oblivion. Well, Oblivion stream when, Kyle?
Oblivion stream? But the bloom, though.
Yes.
I'm not opposed to playing Oblivion.
Up. Turn up the bloom, Kyle.
Never played it. Turn up the bloom? I remember testing it a little bit to see if it even run on my PC, and I was like, my eyes. I'm like, is the sun coming into the window? It's like pitch black outside. I'm like, oh no, definitely not. It's so bright.
Yeah. Oblivion was one of those first games that gave me genuine, proper, full-on fucking headaches.
It's like, wow, so glossy and shiny. Things glowy.
That's a benefit of it. Lord of the Possum says, why does Kyle do everything in his power to be wrong? Fallout New Vegas was fun. Hashtag Kyle's Jinx. Hashtag BreedKibs. I know.
I didn't say the game wasn't fun. I just said it was in a crappy engine. And that's true. It is in a crappy engine. Imagine if we got a proper engine for that game. It could have been so much better.
Apparently, Microsoft has been sniffing around Obsidian Games, the creators of New Vegas, about possibly making another one. That's the rumor anyways. But the problem is, I think Obsidian might have lost their touch.
Oh yeah, after the last game. I didn't play it. It was Outworlds or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I looked at that and I was like, that looks kind of like crap. I don't want it. Some people say, some people swear up and down by it, but I just wasn't convinced. The aesthetic didn't sell me, so I was like, eh.
It's very, very, very woke. Like, the only attractive woman in Outworlds is like a hardcore asexual something.
I'm attracted because I'm asexual. Like, what? Like, yes, that's how the world works, I guess.
Yep. And she wants to go on dates with this other female person, but she's like, I don't want to have any kind of a sexual relationship, though. Will she understand? And the only options in game is like basically saying, oh, she totally will, instead of going, nah, that's bloody weird.
Oh my god. Yeah, I don't see an asexual relationship working out. No. It seems like it's doomed to fail. See, I think an asexual relationship is somebody's lonely and wants to have company of somebody, but they don't like them enough to fuck them. And then the minute they find somebody they want to fuck, they're like, actually, I'm no longer asexual anymore.
I was really excited for the Outer Worlds too, because I thought a lot of it looked cool, but nah. I feel like they've lost a bit of their touch. Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire was much the same thing. That was just weird in many, 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 many ways. They are still having enormous financial success, though. They made that Ark game, but you're playing like as children miniaturized in the backyard and shit. That one was massive.
What was that game called?
Grounded, I think.
That doesn't ring a bell for some reason.
It was basically like Honey Shrunk the Kids kind of stuff, and it was tremendous. It was massive. It was big.
Wait,
it was massive.
Is that the indie game that just, or not the indie game, the survival game that just came out?
No, it's been out for a little while now.
Oh, okay.
There's also Avowed, which, to be fair, we have seen nothing of it beyond like a cinematic trailer, but it looks like Skyrim meets Lord of the Rings, but with a lot of might and magic. That's what makes me so... because the way the sword is handled and it moves, and the way the magic is... like, I get such might and magic vibes out of it.
I watched Reguline play that game. That game looks pretty cool. Reguline's really bad at it, though. That's gonna hurt him.
If Avowed is good, then I'm gonna have to play it regardless. It's just how it is.
Also, I'm gonna quantify this as a fan art, and I'm putting it up on the stream. It's from my Discord server, but it is Barch related. Select your fighter. Pick your Barch. I don't like the top right one. The top right one just feels wrong. Arch, never shave. Never.
You should see me without my little beard. I have the babiest of baby faces. I really do.
You're just gonna be like, see, you're gonna look like Santa Claus. Like, I think Fairman pegged it. Like, you got the rosy cheeks. Like, all you need to do is just get older, and then a little bit balder, and then just grow out that beard, the long white beard, and then you can just be Santa.
Perhaps. But this is just how a handsome Norwegian looks. This is normal, unlike you, filth.
I am handsome. You're just jealous of my good looks.
Loaded Possum says, while this... Oh, there you go. Stray Dog, J.K. Rowling's standards are something else. J.K. Rowling is a weird woman who has done many weird things. Iktulu, so what are the bets on microtransactions being sold for Starfield? Depends. If it was just Bethesda, unquestionably, there would be some microtransactions. With Microsoft now owning them, basically, I don't know. Because Microsoft has been behaving in a weird way recently. Like they've kind of been behaving very positively, very pro-gamery, and yet they're also a very woke corporation that speaks all the wokeist talking points. It's difficult to judge what Microsoft is going to do because they still have a lot of the legacy of Bill Gates, who is an absolute monster on his own, in many of his own ways. But he has been quite pro-gamer. Like, he's the guy who's like, oh, what do you want? People go like, Age of Empires. And he goes like, okay, I'll make all of them, And to be fair, that was probably just literally a tax write-off for him. But even so, the fact that he asked people, do you want this? People said yes, and they went like, yeah, cool, here, have it. It's difficult to really see where Microsoft is going to go with this one. I think Starfield will be an indication, but we won't truly know until probably the first ground up game they make.
That's true. But do you think microcunts... God, they own everything now. They have friggin' Bethesda. Now they got Activision. Do you think they're going to somehow fix these things, or are we just going to get mediocrity? Because it seems like when Microsoft takes over, they at least guarantee mediocrity. Like, here's some mediocre stuff. It's like, yay. Not true all the time, I know.
Bad person.
Slotimus. His name is Slotimus. Get it right.
Artemis Fowl says, congrats on being a VTuber and a PegaChamp, Kyle.
Rosa will regret many things.
Now. Like in Kiwi, yes, Art and Kibbs is together best couple. As long as I get to be the straight one.
No, you're not. You're the power bottom. No.
Insane Robot Arch confirmed VTuber. V's a VTuber. He's closer to a VTuber than I am. He's been thinking about getting a VTuber avatar. He shall be mocked relentlessly if and when he does. Galactic Emperor Shlorum says, have you guys heard of the game Battle Brothers? I have. It's a game specifically designed to be cuntish to the player, and it frustrates me to a great deal. Like, I don't find those games funny at all, where the games are like, hi, I'm hilariously unfair for no particular reason.
It's meant to try to give off like a brutalesque feeling, but I don't know.
The problem is, I'm too analytic for that. Like, okay, fine. You get to be the boss of a mercenary band who's screwed, right? Okay, cool. But your best mercenary is inferior to the average bandit wretch you find everywhere else. Okay, that's just actively getting screwed. And I don't like actively getting screwed. I am a great opponent of being actively screwed for reasons.
Take that out of context, chat.
Clone Dark says, I pressed the like button on other channels. Does that help? Just blame Gibbs. He didn't clarify which video to like in detail. As your lawyer, he should. Kyle is dumb. That's correct.
Not a lawyer.
ShadowFox20 says, lol, I'm heading back to Germany at the moment and will finally get to crash out. Don't say that. A Osprey crashed in Norway recently because you monkeys can't fly in acclimate weather. Yes, acclimate weather.
Art shot it down. He's just not telling the truth.
It was probably just American pilots were flying through the goddamn mountains of Norway. Then white specks started appearing outside of their windshields. They freaked out, thinking they were having auditory hallucinations, and then crashed. They'd never seen snow before.
What happened? Did everybody die? I don't imagine they survived.
We think everybody died. We haven't gotten to the wreck yet.
Boy.
But they were Americans. They are soft, a gentle people. Bend easily, break even easier.
Quiet, you, Mr. I got occupied by Germany and had to be rescued. He's like,
Rescued?
Yeah, we
didn't get rescued. We took it back ourselves.
You didn't. It's because we
Yes,
put
we
pressure on him. We saved you.
Bullshit.
He's like, help, Nazi oppression. We save him. And he's like, actually, we didn't need your help. Actually.
If the Brits hadn't fled, we wouldn't have needed any help.
The Brits are like, we're going to invade Norway. I mean, to help Norway. And then Norway's like, yay. And then they're like, actually, they like Lutefisk, and that's pretty gross. Then they left you to die. This happened. This is fact. Fact.
You mispronounced Fisk.
Doesn't matter. Rotted
It does.
fish.
Fisk.
You're Fisk.
Closer. Sandoom says, Arch, don't forget the Necromancer for tomorrow. Ah, Necromancers. We did bring in a little bit of Necromancer once, when Kyle managed to roll on the crazy chart again. Joaquin Kiwi. Kibbs liked Emma Watson more when she was a minor.
What?
God damn it, Kyle.
I literally never said anything of the sort. I said I never liked her. You
God damn it, Kyle.
truth-bending little monkeys. See, I see what happens here. It's gotten so obvious, it's not even funny anymore. The lies.
I condemn Kyle's underage ways. They are disturbing and worthy of condemnation.
Actually, when the Harry Potter movies came out, I'm pretty sure all the actors were older than me, even as a kid.
That's no excuse, Kyle.
Actually, they were.
That's no excuse, Kyle.
By a lot, actually.
Ushio Koroni says, I may be a lefty, but I still agree with a lot with you guys. There are problems that need to be addressed, and sadly, a lot of my leftist comrades tend to ignore. So thank both of you for the service, talking about controversial things it is needed. Well, thank you very much, sir, for that as well. Although I still don't think you're a leftist.
Arch doesn't understand. I know.
Sargon has gone through the same thing, all right? Sargon, for the longest time, identified himself as a leftist. You'll have to give up on that eventually. It's just how it's going to be. It's tragic, it's unfortunate, but it's just going to have to happen. See, I have always been a rabid right-wing Schnazi, because in Norway, our only parties are like the left wing and the super left wing. And I've always been on the righter side of that, with the Progress Party. Yes, Progress Party, good, Kyle. Kyle, vote the Progress Party.
No. I don't even know what that is.
God bless you, Oskar Stöder. There you go. That's Norwegian politics for today. Black 1917 says, Arch, wouldn't the death squad of Krieg be mixed gender regiments due to everyone there being raised and trained the same practically every way? That must be infuriating to the rest of the guard. No. In their lore, they get quite clearly state, actually, that the men are sent off to war because, well, they're better at it. The women, however, do all serve the emperor in the same way, but in the factories. They're the ones that make war, the Krieg, into a war world with the equipment production. The only men that are left on Krieg are those who are deemed unworthy of service in one way or another, and they are thoroughly shamed. Artemis Fowle says, good to know, Kibbs gets $200 a month from Twitch. Less I have to give him from now on.
What do you mean I get?
Oh.
You mean my art team gets?
You should plead poverty more often.
Don't need to plead poverty. Poverty finds Kibbs easy. Just when you start developing your own indie game, you're like, it's time to start putting mun-muns in. It'll evaporate real.
Magnus Lord says, Arch, did you pick up a recent Krieg book? I did not. Honestly, I've completely disconnected from most of the stuff GW makes these days. Pedro de Sa, remember the vaccine song? Yes, unfortunately, I do remember the vaccine song.
No. I thought I forgot that. Never mind.
I remember the vaccine song. In fact, maybe Kyle should be sent the vaccine song.
Yeah, no.
Maybe we should watch the vaccine song together, Kyle.
No. Don't worry. I had the other computer stop streaming. It's a shame. It can't be helped. Accidents happen. That PC is now sleepy. Look at it.
The vaccine song. That was a thing. That was a thing. Like, we can't deny that it was a thing. It existed. Like, Steve Colbert had people dressed up as needles dancing on screen with other dancing needles as they sung the vaccine song. That was a thing that existed. That is a part of our reality. It is a part of what we are as human beings now. And they're like, it's just satire. Don't you understand? I don't care if it's satire. It's cringe first and foremost.
It is cringe. How could you allow this to happen? You did this.
God, there's more than one too. Man, I should start sending these to colleges randomly. He'll occasionally click one of them, and before he realizes what's happening, he's already heard the first few words.
No, I do not think I will.
Here we go. Here you go, Kyle.
I'm not playing. I don't need to play. See, if we play that, that's a risk.
Here you go.
It might copyright claim your stream. That's a shame. We don't want to do that.
It's fine. It's fine. It's a Chinese vaccine song. It's titled "Get Jabbed Quick."
Oh my god, that cover looks terrible. Hold on, I'm leaking your DMs. Don't worry, it's only the links. Don't post any gay porn this time. Now look at this shit. Look at that thumbnail right there. I'm not expanding it. I'm not opening that. That looks cringe. That looks awful. This guy in the front, not a doctor. These chicks in the back, they're not doctors either. Like that's true. Oh. That means they're communists. Oh, disgusting. Communists must be extinguished. With love and happiness, of course. Susan. What else would I mean? Yeah, that's terrible. Putting that away. That's icky.
It's pretty awful. Yes, it exists. This is humanity now.
Tell you what, chat. For those of you that want to listen to it, you can. I'll put this link right there. You can listen to it. Put that in your history. That's not my problem. That's now your problem.
Glow in the Dark says, Arch, give me a wrench. I'll block Kibbs when he's being toxic. When he disagrees with Arch. Good. Adoman says, Kibbs' waifu is Chloe from Life is Strange. Ugh. Oh. Disgusting, Kyle. Plus, I'm pretty sure she's underage or something.
I'll take my mascot over Chloe. No. Chloe. No. Oh my god, dude. That game is so fucking bad. God damn. There's a scene where Chloe's all like, oh yeah, let's kiss and do lesbo stuff. And you're like, no. And then she's like, well, that's because you fucked with the time. We probably did. It's like, your two options romantically is fucking soy boy, who at least tries to be a dude, I guess, but is really inept at it, or Chloe, who's just a brain dead idiot. They don't give you much choice.
Yeah, but if my choice is soy boy or stupid woman, there is only one choice, Kyle. It's
no. You don't understand, Chloe.
No.
Take the
Chloe
soy
might
boy.
have to be muzzled, but it's fine.
Take the soy boy. Trust me, you will regret.
I choose Chloe.
No, take the soy boy while you can. Oh my god.
I choose Chloe.
That is a terrible mistake. If you have to choose between the two, you take the soy boy and you don't look back.
And people wonder why. People think God is gay.
No, you don't understand. Once you play that god-awful game, it's not being gay. It's choosing the lesser of two evils.
Armand Pack says, Arch predicted the current state of the world if Brandon won the election. I did. It's correct. Mark to Shane for a very generous $50. Thank you a great deal. I will make the most interesting characters with plot armor, retcon shield, sword blessed by the Virgin Mary Sue, OP BFG with infinite ammo and perfect auto aim, and the all-powerful ring of God that can create, alter, or destroy any multiverse. Good. We need more OP characters. In fact, OP characters can be fun, just so long as they're not already established characters. Insane Robot, Emma Watson pre-progressivism is worth saving. Correct. That's what I'm saying. Like, if I had a time machine, I could have fixed Emma Watson, but sadly, she is lost now to the whole of time, destroyed by feminism. Oh well, such is life. Lord of the Possums, how dare you, Kibbs? Arch is a beautiful man, beard or no beard. Good.
Wow.
I was wrong on many things, and this is just one of them.
Possums. I see what. I'll remember that. By the way, I did ask what the name of the possum was, the big one we found in the yard that pretended to be dead when our dogs walked over to it. It was cute. My stepmom wants to call it Pierre, and my dad wants to call it like Pablo or something. He steals the bird feed. Kind of great.
Well, if he's stealing, Pierre is the natural choice.
Yeah.
Shadowfox2300 says, Avowed is set in the Pillars of Eternity universe. Still a little interested. As long as it's got that Might and Magic combat, that Messiah of Might and Magic combat, it can be set in any universe, and I won't even care. Evil Potato says, I don't watch Kyle's channel a lot except when I know Arch is on. How about more Arch and less Gibbs on Gibbs' channel? It would make it a lot better. Plus, Gibbs needs to suffer more in all the things he is in, so do that tomorrow in Skaven RP. Cruel.
I think instead tomorrow, if the party behaves, I might choose to spend a little bit more of my XP. If Hans is willing to be submissive, I'll say that much. Obedient, pliable.
Shadowfox2000 says, Damn it, Gibbs, why do you always schedule community games that I can play when I'm not near my PC? That's a good question. Why is Kyle such a cuck?
Listen, last week was Team Fortress 2. After the ArchCast is Star Wars Battlefront 2 Pandemic. The reason why it's after the ArchCast is because Fairbear wants to do it on Saturday, and I told Barch that we'll do stuff on Sundays. So Saturday is the day, and I told that the event's always going to be after the ArchCast because they have a commitment to the ArchCast first, and then the community event.
That doesn't answer the question, though.
Yeah, which got to be. And also, the event is ongoing. I literally told Fairman whenever to start these events, to start them before me, so that the Europeans can play even if I'm in the ArchCast in our community. So you could play right now. The event's been ongoing for like 3 hours now. Pretty sure. Or 2.5, damn near close.
That's still a little weird. Gunfox says, Gibbs, you little furball. It's soda, not soda pop. Arch, I'm going to get you to rant with 2 words, the beast. Please rant away. Also get on history, i.e. on videos, such as the Oak invasion theories. Please continue with them. I am immune to the beast because I've realized how much shit I'm going to have to re-listen to. Because it was bad. It was really bad. Ah, the beast. Nope. Arno's Fowl says, Gibbs rewound time over and over so Chloe could shoot herself and refuses to stop it from happening over 97 times.
I will give you the meme referencing that. There you go. It's actually not too bad. God, I hated that scene so much. Shoots herself with a gun because she's being an idiot with the gun. Then proceeds to blame the gun. Stupid gun? Yes, stupid gun. Stupid fucking Chloe for shooting herself.
Kyle. That's cruel.
97. I do like the smile on the character and the look of sadness and despair on the other character.
The game has time manipulation things. That's weird.
Yes, that's the whole gimmick. Max has time powers for some reason, and she does the dumbest things with it. She's like, I'm gonna live out my high school life and try to help people not be boo-boo-boo-booed. And there was a girl who was abducted, and somehow my time powers are gonna cause a giant tornado to eat the town or something, and we gotta stop it. And it's the whole thing's dumb. The whole thing's stupid. The whole story is really boring. God fucking help me.
Also, how does a bullet that ricochets off a car bumper have enough power to actually penetrate and bury itself into a human at that point?
Listen, the writers for this game don't know anything. This isn't even the worst thing. Like, this is just one of the things. The worst part is during that puzzle where you have to choose which part of the car to shoot to smash the bottles, because fucking reasons. There's two options that lead to the bullet ricocheting and killing Chloe. Or not, yeah, Chloe. I like both of those options significantly more. I like also the option where her foot gets stuck in the train, where it's like, "Oh, Max, help me, help, I don't want to die." And you just stand there and stare at her as she panics as the train gets closer. That's funny. That's hilarious.
You're a bad human being, and I disavow you.
Chloe deserves it. Chloe is an even worse human being. Chat, for those that know, you know.
Disavow. Pedro de Sa says, who's the best Elden Ring waifu? Carl's gonna have to answer that. I'm still saving that game. I will play it once it doesn't run like ass.
But Arch, let it just a little bit of leg during the boss fights. That'll be fun.
Nope.
Okay.
I have plenty of time. And finally, Jamie1 says, hey Arch, will you do a 40k book recommendations? Unlikely. It would just be a bunch of old books, honestly. Like read Gaunt's Ghost, basically. Oh, and Gotrek and Felix. It's close enough to 40k.
Gotrek and Felix. Just skip any. As soon as they start talking about romance, just page through it fast.
Yeah, you can skip that. It's not pretty important.
They're bad.
Or the Space Wolf series. The Space Wolf Omnibus is really good stuff. Now that we've gotten through all of that, it is time to wrap up today's ArchCast. So we can all be fresh and relaxed.
No, it isn't.
Artemis Fowl says Chloe did nothing wrong. Arch can fix her.
God, no.
I could fix her, Kyle.
You know what
like I could fix Emma Watson.
Arch would have piercings and he'd have spiked green hair. Like, no. Like,
no.
Feminist name.
Instead, Chloe's hair would be the natural color.
This isn't going to end the way you think it will. Women are manipulative. You will be manipulated. You will be changed.
Kyle. Your sexism knows no bounds. But, again, thank you all very much for watching. Thank you for your super generous donations, and we will see you all again next week and tomorrow for the Skaven RP. Till then, have a good day.
Goodbye. Nope. Not ending it. You got a donation. Don't do it, Barch. Barch, no! Barch! Barch is sitting there quiet. Barch, don't do it!